Hey everyone, how you doing here and welcome back to another video. Just a quick disclaimer before we start the video. This video was actually recorded twice. Let's just say me and Brendan were having some issues with his recording software, and we just ended up recording the video twice. So you're gonna see tidbits of the old video in here and tidbits of the newer video in here, just that way you guys can see kind of like what we were talking about in the first one and the second one, because there's some stuff in both of them that I'd like you guys to see. So without further ado, thank you so much for watching and enjoy the video.
Alright, Rigo. Do you feel like... I feel like this might just be too slow for us, you know? With everything that we have going on, and I think we needed this to be faster.
Is that what you called me down here?
Yeah.
Why would you think this is too slow? This looks pretty fast.
I don't know. I'm thinking...
Okay.
With this little thing...
Uh-huh.
We may be able to get a little bit faster. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another All the Mods 9 to the Sky video, and I hope everybody's having a good day. And as you guys probably saw in the skit, we might be getting into a new mod. We're standing in front of our new and a better version of the blood altar that Rigo worked so hard on. It's actually a tier 5 now, and he's went and started getting all of the reinforced acceleration runes and everything along those lines.
Let's just say getting the parts for it took too freaking long. Literally, I kid you not, it took me up to like a couple days just to get a few parts in order to just get like some of these done. Because you have to go through like a whole dungeons mine thing that we didn't go through in the last video. But yeah,
it was. I think it was pretty much the same as the other dungeon that we went into, though.
Yeah, just a lot of traversing through dungeons and stuff. It was bad.
But if you guys would like, if you'd follow me over here, and as you guys will see, we've built another room. As you guys can see, we love our circles and all that stuff. I thought that this design looked pretty cool, so
I think it looks pretty cool.
What we're starting today is. Henry.
Whoa. Oh, what the fuck did you do?
So, Rigo, this was a little bit of something that I may or may not have done off camera. I charged an infinity nuke almost to max and killed myself, completely deleted my inventory and everything, guys. By the way, just so you guys know, I wanted to come here so that we can show you the process of getting the model and everything. So we're going to respawn the dragon really quick because the one model that we are going to need is going to be the Ender Dragon, obviously. So the Ender Dragon, you can use that to get Dragon Hearts and everything like that. The Dragon Hearts are very useful for Draconic Evolution, I believe. I am not 100% sure how much they're actually used in Draconic Evolution, but from what I remember, they were used at least a little bit. But what we're going to do is we're just going to walk up to the Ender Dragon, fly actually, but right. So, here. And like that,
kill it.
Just like that, we got an Ender Dragon model. So, what we're going to do with this Ender Dragon model, we didn't grab them, but they're the deep learners. It's okay. When we put this Ender Dragon model inside of the deep learner, it's going to allow us to get better, or it's gonna allow us to get the tier upgraded. So, with the Ender Dragon, I believe from my research, it is only 2 that you need from the Ender Dragon. So you need to only kill the Ender Dragon twice to get it up to the basic tier. So if we had the...
Take this crystal. That's what I thought. Okay, he's like really weak now.
Dragon Heart!
I got the heart. Oh, did we... I was gonna say, did we bug it out? Did we bug her out?
And so we're back in the overworld, and so... We went ahead and got all of these models. We have the Ender Dragon, everything. I already explained all that in the beginning. So what we're going to grab now is we're going to grab the simulation chamber and we're going to grab some power. The other thing that I will go into a little bit deeper when we go deeper, because it's a deep learner. I'm sorry. Deep learner, this is how you'll upgrade these data models in the future. We're not going to get into that yet, but we'll show it off in a minute. But the simulation chambers, that's what I want to get into next. So these will, with power And prediction matrices, this will start to make predictions of the wither skeleton, and then also this generalized nether prediction. Now, one thing, if we go ahead and take and put the shulker in there instead, you can see that it says it's an advanced instead of the self-aware, and you can see that it only has 57% model accuracy. So what's going to happen here is if it doesn't, if the model accuracy, it's pretty much 50-50. As you can see, it failed. So what happens, and the reason that we want to get model accuracy up is just to make sure that we get more of the predictions faster. So what we're going to pretty much do is we are going to hook up a automation for this.
Yay!
So I wanted to show you guys really quick. I kind of got a lot of the wiring and everything already hooked up. There may be a little bit of a part that I don't want to re-explain, and I might let my past self explain that. But I just want to show you guys the wiring at least. I need my network tool.
So as you guys can see, I also have my network tool.
Okay.
We have piping going underneath using our ME system, and you guys have seen how we've used our ME system back in the past before. So what we have here is we have facades covering up these buses. So what's inside of these buses is the prediction matrices being automatically crafted to get put into the neural networks, along with acceleration, so everything that needs to go up in there to be crafted will be crafted. So every time we do a prediction, it'll take one of those matrices and then recraft it to make another one.
It can become super complicated, and this is what I've come up with.
Bro, I already know what I'm editing here as soon as that came in, bro. God, look at... So I want you guys to see the amalgamate of parts that he has. This is how many channels, Brandon?
4096.
4096 is enough to power seven different bases on just only regular pipes and not even the ME cables, smart cables alone. That's not including the amount of auto crafting we have, and this is like super fast.
So we have 32 auto crafting sections, and then there's also 4 million CPUs.
Yeah.
It took a long time setting up, but a little bit of an explanation. So these are called P2P tunnels. P2P tunnels are ways to pretty much send 32 channels over long distances, or it's a way to set up a subnetwork. That's exactly how they use that's the term that they use in AE2. You're setting up a subnetwork. So pretty much you're taking all of the channels that you have, or all of the faces, because each face that you have on an ME controller has up to, I believe, 32 channels. So what you're doing is you're connecting 8 of these to each ME face. And those are going to take and go into another network. So 8 channels of 32 go into one network here. And that's what this subnetwork is. And so then these pipes that lead out are what we're going to take and use the P2P tunnels to like set up our channels and everything. Over here, we actually have a bunch of auto crafting set up for like mechanism and thermal series. And all of that is using pattern providers. Pattern providers are ways so that we can take and actually, we can do a little bit of a like not a tutorial, but like a little bit of an example here. So if you come into the middle of the AE2, I set up like a little bit of a room where we can just encode our patterns and everything. So something that I don't know what we actually need right this moment, but I will. So pretty much we have, if you go up into this pattern A terminal right here, this is going to show you all of the patterns that we have right now. So we can craft some mechanism stuff. I went ahead and got some of that auto-crafted stuff. And then as you guys can see, I set up all the way up to 1 million mega storage components. And I set up all the auto-crafting for most of AE2, and then also furnaces and stuff like that. Or furni, sorry.
Is it even
and then
furni? I don't even know.
I don't know, actually. But pretty much how it works is you're going to take and set up a recipe inside of the pattern encoding terminal. That recipe will be turned into a pattern. You insert that into the pattern access terminal, and you put it wherever that pattern terminal is that you're needing to access. And And the AE2 system is so smart that it will automatically put whatever items you're needing into that machine, and it will automatically do whatever process you're needing. And then as soon as it's done with that process, it will pull it back out and put it back into the system. And so I just wanted to get a little bit nerdy here. That was it. Thank you, Past Brandon. I hope you guys enjoyed that little bit of a
I feel like he talked.
skew.
I feel like he talked for a while. He was pretty much yapping the whole time.
Yeah, he probably was yapping for a while. But now, after we explained all of that, and now that all of this is set up properly, we are going to automate it. So what we're going to do is, I'm just going to set up the shulker data here. And what will happen is we will insert a prediction matrix here. And so what is happening, obviously I've already explained that, but as these prediction matrices get used, they are getting refilled back into the simulation chamber by these export buses. And how that works is with the nifty auto crafting that Past Brandon explained. And so pretty much what we're going to do to automate this is and what we need from these actually is it's going to be using this block here.
Whoa!
And
it's blank.
And so this needs power as well, just like the simulation chamber. And so what we're going to do is we're going to throw this wither skeleton prediction.
Or totally not the shulker ones I described for us.
And so with this prediction, you can choose from a variety of things to get. So you can get a wither skeleton skull, withered ribs. I'm not going to tell you everything. But the one that we're going to do for the automation sake is wither skeleton skulls. And so pretty much, obviously, it's just going to go ahead and go through the process, and it consumes the prediction and gives us wither skeleton.
Wow.
And most of you guys probably already know how we're going to automate this, but we're going to probably set up one of them, and then we'll come back and you guys will have the entire operation going. So we'll set up one really quick with modular routers, and so we have pretty much, you're just going to take a polar and have a modular here. And then you're going to filter this module to only pull out the shulker prediction so that it doesn't pull out anything else. I only do that as precaution's sake, but you'll see it's going to pull out the predictions, and then we're going to use the sender, and it's going to go to the loot fabricator. And just like that, it goes over there, and it's going to automatically make our shulker shells. Awesome. So that's the basic setup of this automation. Now, we're going to go ahead and amp it up a little bit. We're going to go ahead and set up a big old automation, and we'll be right back. All right, guys. And as you can see, we've set up all of the ones that we're going to need, at least right this second. And so we got the Ender Dragon and the Shulker and the Wither. We got the Wither Skeleton, Blaze, and nothing else in the Nether section yet. And then we also have a Slime. That one's kind of just random.
We just wanted a Slime because it would be funny, you know? We thought it would be funny.
But these overworld predictions, and like these predictions in all of these, they actually can be used for a couple of things. So the generalized one can be used to make a couple of overworld items. So like most of the stuff has EMC, but like carrots, they don't have EMC, so you can get that from that. You can get prismarine shards and cobwebs. I mean, it's not like super crazy stuff, but like it's stuff that you can get from this. The other one that has some uses as well, it's only one craft though. It is the generalized nether prediction. And so actually, never mind. It has a couple of crafts. So I think the only other thing that we need from that is a nether wart, because that doesn't have EMC, but everything else is stuff that we can EMC. The only other thing besides that was just the ender prediction, and the only thing that's useful from that is the dragon head. But you also have to use ender dragon prediction for that. So take that into account.
What are we gonna need the head for again? I don't remember.
Most of the head stuff, it's like to craft other things with the head.
I get you.
The other thing that I wanted to point out, we're actually not making anything from these wither predictions. So these wither predictions are actually going to be staying in a separate storage so that we can keep them for all the mod star. If you look in our quests or in our crafting and you go to the star, obviously we are one step closer to something, and Rigo worked towards it in his episode. The blood magic, the accelerated rune, is what we needed. And then that's pretty much the only other thing that we needed for it was the wither prediction. And guess what? We already got 82 of them.
Let's go. Then we just need to do the witherless rose, wither builders, and nether generators, of which are going to be easy builds. But yeah,
We have literally made those millions of times. We don't need to show it, but those are but be excited because we're going to be getting one step closer to the star.
we're almost there, guys. We promise.
Shouldn't take too much longer, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, totally not.
I honestly don't have anything else left for this video. Honestly, that was pretty much it.
Seriously?
I asked Brandon had taken over and set up like the
Brandon, this is
ME.
at least like 20 minutes. The audience wants like an hour and a half.
Screw that.
I
You know
guess
what?
that's-
Random adventure montage. Let's go. On the real side, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you guys did, make sure to leave a like and hit that subscribe button. And as always, go check out Rigo's channel, and he also has started a Discord that you guys should probably go check out. Not enough of you guys have been following it, so go check it out. I'm going to put it in the description. And as always, guys, have a great day.
Thank you guys so
Bye-bye.
much for watching. Don't forget to turn on those post notifications so you get notified every time we post. And we'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys!